Savings. This is Tony Novak here to share a few points on saving taxes and staying out of tax trouble. Today's topic is home office deduction, and I want to cover two of the most common uh, problem areas with that deduction. So there is a basic feature for self-employed people that run their own business and use their home as their primary place of business to take a deduction. And there are two ways to do that. You can either allocate the space and do all the accounting separately for rent or mortgage or utilities or whatever that space may cost, or there's an alternative called the simplified method, and that is simply if you use 300 square feet of your home, that's approximately a large size room. If you use that for your home office, you can use a simplified method and just take a $1,500 flat deduction on your business, to use your Schedule C business tax return. The two most common problems I see with the home office deduction. One is that people who work from home but are W-2 employees of someone else, want to take the deduction, and you can't. Just can't. It seems unfair, but that's the way it is. There's some confusion that years ago you could do that, and that confusion carries over, but you can't do that anymore under current tax law. The other problem issue that I often see is verifying that. There is no home office deduction police. No one's going to come to your home and verify, do you have separate space that's used only as an office? You can't use your living room, or if you have a one-bedroom apartment, can't use the side of your bedroom and call that your office. It needs to be separate space, and the tax return does ask you to verify the amount, the square footage of that space. No one's going to come to your house or apartment to do that. In addition, your tax preparer is able to take your word for it. If you say you're eligible for the home office deduction, and you tell me that, and I'm preparing your return, I'm going to put it on the return. I don't need to come out and take measurements or take photographs or any of that. I can take your word for it. However, we often say, don't talk to IRS in exams, because IRS agents are very good at this particular thing. I'm going to share a little story. I had one case where a person was asking for a waiver of a big tax bill, limited income taxpayer, and they have to prove their living expenses. The revenue agent asked for a copy of their lease. The lease showed that it was a studio apartment for a married couple, and they were taking the home office deduction, and the revenue agent rightly asked, well, where's the space that you're taking as a home office deduction? They didn't qualify for it, and it became apparent when you looked at the lease as part of a totally unrelated tax matter. They were asking for forgiveness of a tax debt, and wound up making the problem bigger, which is why we often say don't talk to revenue agents in that type of situation. Don't represent yourself. Be represented by someone else. So that's my story about home office deduction. Would love to hear if you have any thoughts or comments, or have had any similar crazy experiences. Let me know in social media comments, or if you want to talk one-on-one about your individual situation, that's easy also. Find me at the website taxproblems.cpa, and we will schedule a time to talk. I'll be back tomorrow with another Tax Savings Minute.